Grand Rising, my lovely butterflies. This is the Awakened Butterfly, and I am back with another video. If this is your first time coming across my channel, please stay for the entire video. If you enjoy this type of content, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Welcome and welcome back, guys. I pray that you all had a blessed and amazing weekend. I pray that you all are having a blessed and amazing start of your day. I pray that everyone is continuing to take care of themselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. I really love you guys, and I appreciate all the love and support that you guys show me on this channel. If you haven't already, please make sure that you hit the post notification bell so you will be notified every time I post a video. And guys, I've been checking my analytics, and 50% of you guys watch my videos, but you're not subscribed to my channel. So guys, at this point, if you're already watching my videos, you are a part of my family. So please make sure that you don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Without further ado, guys, we're going to go ahead and get into this video. And as you can tell by the title of this video, we will be talking about the cruel intentions behind workplace mobbing and bullying. And as you guys know, workplace mobbing and bullying is a gang-stalking harassment tactic. Many people are targeted on their jobs for several reasons. And as I've been looking into my analytics, I saw that you guys really liked the video that I did pertaining to workplace harassment. I also did another video about workplace mobbing, but this video is a little different from those two. In today's video, I will be shedding some light on a surprisingly very controversial topic, which is workplace mobbing and bullying. But I will be going a little deeper into detail about as to why these things happen in the workplace. It made me realize that there are so many people in the world who experience workplace bullying, mobbing, and disrespect at their jobs. And today, I will be describing the various types of harassment that occurs at the workplace, as well as the types of people and tactics involved, as well as what steps to take when aiming to solve these types of issues. Guys, after analyzing and researching the terms associated with workplace harassment, I discovered that there's actually a difference between workplace bullying and workplace mobbing. Workplace bullying is when a person is repeatedly being mistreated or harassed by someone at the workplace. On the other hand, workplace mobbing is different because it is a term that is used to describe a person who is being mistreated and harassed by a group of people at the workplace. And in most cases, it's usually a group of people that is teaming up against one person. And although these two forms of workplace harassment has two different meanings, the people who are involved in both forms of harassment share the same behaviors and characteristics. Workplace mobbers or bullies can be colleagues, co-workers, subordinates, and supervisors. Their cruel nature allows them to offend, humiliate, degrade, and intimidate another employer in front of other co-workers, clients, or customers. Now, I'm sure that many of you may have or are currently experiencing bullying and harassment at your job. And if you are anything like me, as someone who has also experienced workplace harassment, you have acknowledged the process and timing in which the bullying begins. Because in my case, I've experienced this at more than one job, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have too. And you've picked up over time on the process in which the harassment begins. It seems that they usually like to come off as friendly and helpful when you come in the door as a new employer. And they do things like greeting you with a handshake and a smile, showing you around, the work environment. They're speaking to everyone. They're smiling to everyone. Like, it's, giving off that it's just a very cool, laid back work environment. Giving you useful advice towards helping you perform your job to your fullest potential. They may even introduce you to others on the job who will also greet you with open arms as well. And these people are also telling you that it's a great place to work and you're going to enjoy it. Now, the whole time they're coming off as kind-hearted coworkers, telling you that it's a great place to work and everyone treats each other like family. Once they have you feeling comfortable while doing this and secure in your job position, meaning if you once had any doubts during the beginning, which was probably your discernment, you are now convinced that everything is going to be okay based on what you saw and heard, regarding your position and your work environment. And then that's when a single person or a group of people may begin asking for your phone number so that you can join the employee group chat. They may also ask for your social media or try and get you to become a part of the job's social media group. And they do this in order to try and erase any thoughts that you may have of them trying to pry into your personal life. They make sure to include that these social media and phone group chats are work-related only, and it's only involving work meetings, schedules, and event postings. Those are some of the things that they may try and tell you to get you to feel comfortable with giving them your personal information. They may also constantly ask you to have lunch with them or sometimes hang out with them after work. Now, although it's not mandatory that you participated in these quote unquote work-related activities, it seems as if they try and give you no choice but to do so, especially if they see that you are the type of person that likes to stay to yourself. It's like the more of a loner in the workplace that you are, the more they desire to get into your space. Now, these types of people, from my experience, guys, in most cases are extremely nosy, and they have dark hidden agendas as to why they want to become so close to you. I've always viewed a job as a place that I go to every day in order to make a living for me and my family. And when I've witnessed co-workers being extra friendly with each other in and outside of work, it never ended well. And it is very true, guys, when they say you cannot mix business with pleasure. It is not a good idea to befriend your coworkers outside of work. It's okay to be cordial with them at work, things like that. Have a small conversation with them. Make sure it's mainly work related, because when you start to mix business with pleasure, it can cause a lot of unfortunate things to happen, because now you've opened these people up to your personal space. You've given them things that they can possibly use against you. And when I see people at the workplace begin to take a keen interest in me in my personal life, I immediately become skeptical, because them wanting to know my personal business is not what they are getting paid for. You're not at work to get to know anyone. You're only there to get your money and go home. That's how I feel. Some people feel that it's okay to befriend their coworkers on a deep level, but I don't think it's a good idea, especially when these people are showing you a different side. Now, have any of you who is watching this video today or tonight has experienced workplace bullying or mobbing? Have you noticed that you were targeted whether you did accept their advances or not? Meaning, these people are going, if you're targeted, they're going to harass you, whether you go out to lunch with them, whether you hang out with them after work, whether you're a part of the group chat, the social media. they're gonna do it regardless. And in these types of workplace situations, you are either two types of people. You're the person who becomes a part of the group as a means of genuinely connecting with your coworkers and creating a more enjoyable, peaceful work environment. You are polite to your coworkers, but on the other hand, this is the second type of person, guys. You know, you could be polite to your coworkers, but you choose to keep things work related in order to maintain a professional and respectful relationship with your coworkers. You realize that over time, giving these people access to your personal life and joining the group only gave them ammo to use against you as a part of their harassment schemes. You also realize that not joining the group made them harass you even more and that you were a target the entire time. Now, these are the times when their masks fall off and you begin to see everyone involved in the harassment for who they really are. You begin to realize that the people you work with are trying to sabotage you in order to give you, so much chaos at your workplace that you don't want to be there anymore. Now, I'm going to give you some examples of workplace mobbing and bullying tactics carried out on targeted individuals in the workplace. One would be trying to intimidate you by competing with you. There are many people in the workplace that their job is their competing ground. And when they see other people come in the door and this person is working just as hard, if not harder, and they're performing at their fullest potential and they're actually accommodating to what the company is looking for, it could really set off some other people, especially if they've been there for a while. They become jealous, they become envious and competitive, and they look out to sabotage you in order to maintain their title as being the best at performing that position. And although this sounds very petty, these things happen a lot in the workplace. Another thing is discrediting your work performance, even though you are doing a great job in your position. This happens especially with people that has been at the job longer than you. Like I said before, they get very envious and jealous of someone coming through the door doing a great job. And they may go around and try to discredit your performance to other people as if you're not working to your fullest potential when you really are. They're trying to sabotage your name. And this happens a lot in the workplace as well, especially when you're up for recruitment. You're about to be promoted to another position. These are the type of people that will go behind your back to your supervisors and your managers and try and convince them why you shouldn't be in that position or why you shouldn't be promoted to that position. Another thing is, if they are training you, they may discuss mistakes you've made while learning your job to other people to try and embarrass you around others. And this is going back to what I just said before. It's all about discrediting and trying to make you feel that you're not good enough. And this is all because they know that you're good enough because they see how well you are at what you're doing. Another discrediting tactic. Another thing is they may set you up for failure by underhandedly sabotaging your work. This is when they realize that they cannot downplay you to the supervisor or anyone else in management because these people know what you're about. They know who you are. They know that you are a great worker. You come to work on time. You don't bother anybody. You're very respectful. You're part of a peaceful work environment. You bring that peace to the environment. You do a great job and you go home. Exactly what these people are looking for. They know that you're doing what you're supposed to do. But you have these jealous coworkers that want to sabotage your work to try and make it feel, to try and make management see you as a different person. These people may mess with your time when clocking in and out. These people may try and mess up your machine if you're running production. These people may try and sabotage your paperwork if you work in an office. These people may try and make your register come up short if you're a cashier at a restaurant. It doesn't matter where you work. If you're good at what you do and there's someone in the background who's intimidated by you and they have a cruel heart, they will indeed try and sabotage your work. Now, if your supervisor is the one that's in on the harassment, they may have outlandish work demands like constantly asking you to stay over or come in on your off days. Now, you're a hard worker. You don't mind helping anyone. You don't mind coming in on your off days. You don't mind working over. But you realize that it's coming to the point to where you're the only one that your supervisor is asking to do these things. And not only that, they're asking you to do it consistently to the point to where you're not having any time off for yourself. This is a bullying tactic. This is a one-on-one bullying tactic. And this is what your supervisor is placing upon you because they too are intimidated. Now, in most cases with supervisors, when they do this, it's because you're targeted from, by another source, and they're using the supervisor as a source in order to harass you. So a lot of the times you can be blackballed, and someone can try and put a name out there to either keep you from getting hired or hire you but make your time there miserable. And a lot of people use supervisors to play out these type of harassment tactics in the workplace. And it is so sad that a supervisor would use their authority to harass an employer. But these things happen, guys. They may also ask you to complete certain tasks in which you have not been trained in that area. And this is just like I was saying earlier. This is a sabotaging tactic that people use in order to try and downplay you regarding your fullest potential in the workplace. And when they do these things, they may give you an impossible deadline to complete a huge amount of work to try and make it seem like you're not worthy of the job. And this is how a lot of people have been fired for no reason. Another thing that people in the workplace may do is being rude and disrespectful towards you, making mean remarks, gossiping about you behind your back, putting you down in front of other coworkers, taking credit for your work. A lot of people even go as far as to heavy monitoring on and off the job, calling your phone, sending obnoxious text messages and emails. Some may even send aggressive emails. It just depends on the nature of this person and their intentions. These people are not only monitoring you, but they're making it their job to find out your personal information, where you live, and constantly riding past your home. A lot of people use workplace group chats and social media pages to post or text humiliating things about their coworkers and their personal life. And I know a lot of people may wonder, who hasn't experienced this, how are these people getting away with this? Well, this is because their supervisors are in on the harassment as well. And it really saddens me, like I said, when supervisors use their authority for these types of things. Managers, supervisors are some of the biggest harassers in the workplace. And this is because they have power and authority. They know everything and they know about everyone. Example, let's say for instance, you call into work and it was something personal. Only your supervisor knew. This means that you have to tell them what's going on with you, because they're going to want doctor statements, or they're going to want proof that you were at this place in order to excuse your absence. Or even if your absence can't be excused, it's just something personal that you would only want your supervisor to know. And let's be honest, you really don't even want to expose that type of information to them. But, at that time, for what it's worth, you keeping your job and you hoping that your supervisor is professional enough to keep your business to themselves, you figure it's something that you have to do. And when you come back to work, your coworkers automatically walking up to you, asking you, are you, if you're okay, because they now know the reason why you didn't come to work. Whether you wanted to tell anyone or not, your manager didn't give you the choice to do so. These people see the workplace as a place to gossip, create drama, and to destroy others. These people act like a bunch of high schoolers. Have you ever had a job to where you felt like you were walking into high school every day from the way the adults acted in the workplace? For me, guys, I could not stand going into the cafeteria at lunchtime where I worked, because it was always certain groups at tables and everyone is gossiping, and there's a lot of times a lot of arguments have even impossible fights have even broke out at my job. And these were very professional places, like well-known companies. So, it just all depends on the nature of the person. And when you become a target in the workplace, it could be because of several reasons. One could be because you're a hard worker, and the older employees, like I said earlier, they view you as a threat. They see you as competition. They become very jealous and envious of you. And at that point, they make it a mission to make your experience on the job so terrible, in hopes of you pushing out, in hopes of you leaving. They see you as a strong individual that doesn't desire to become a part of the crowd, and as someone that they can intimidate or manipulate. And this really makes them angry. So they harass and bully you in hopes of breaking you and to also get a reaction out of you. The cruel, negative person that is used to cause problems for people, bullying at the workplace. They know you are not the one that will stand for them bullying and harassing you or anyone else. They've seen you not only stand up for yourself, but they've seen you stand up for other people. And these people feel that they have met their match with you. So they feel you exposing them could put an end to their shenanigans. So they're very threatened by you. So they try and sabotage you secretly, behind your back in hopes of getting rid of you, because they know that you found out all of their dark secrets and intentions in the workplace. You found out who the troublemakers were in the workplace. And these people are intimidated by you. As I said earlier, guys, you could be targeted or blackballed by a previous employer or someone else that has made it their business to harass and monitor you as a hired gang stalker. And it comes down to the point to where, whatever the case may be, workplace harassment and bullying is unethical, and no one should have to deal with being disrespected and mistreated where they work. Now, according to adminfinance.edu research article, most actions that are carried out in the workplace against targeted employers are not illegal and may not go against company guidelines. Now, although this may be true, harassment and bullying of any kind is not permitted in the workplace. And anyone experiencing workplace bullying or mobbing should still follow proper procedures when aiming to resolve these types of issues, in my opinion. Now, if you or anyone is being targeted in the workplace, here's some steps you can take in order to accurately prove your case and to collect proper evidence. Refer to the company's complaint system as a guideline to shed light on the nature of the type of harassment and bullying you are experiencing and how these matters should be handled. Now, a lot of the times when we experience these things, we become so overwhelmed and upset, we forget to go home and look at that little packet that they gave us during our hiring process that explains their system, what they will tolerate and what they will not tolerate. And I know a lot of the times that I looked in those booklets, I saw that bullying and harassing someone at the workplace was not permitted. Now, I feel that it should be illegal to do those things. However, many people feel that because of the position that they hold and the power that they have in a company, that they can keep these things hidden and they can intimidate a person to the point to where they won't speak out. But in this case, this is where you can use their own words against them. When you're using their own policy against them, there's no way that they can refuse you. It's a part of their policy. It's things that themselves said that they would not tolerate. So why should they expect you to? Another thing is obtain evidence. Always record or take pictures pertaining to anyone or anything related to the harassment and bullying that you are experiencing. Make note of your witnesses, anyone who saw you being mistreated by management or other coworkers. Because these are the things that's going to help you when you go to present your case. These people already don't want to believe you because majority of the times when you go to your supervisor, they're part of the harassment as well. So they're going to try to do things to discourage you from moving on with, your complaint. They're going to try and gaslight you, manipulate you. I'm not saying all supervisors are like this, but if they are a part of the group, these are some possible things that you may be experiencing when trying to report a complaint from being harassed in the workplace. Also, guys, research laws pertaining to your situation. The things that you are experiencing, research the laws against that type of harassment. And doing so in addition to obtaining evidence legitimately ensures that your matter should be investigated, because not only are these things listed as being unpermissible, but you've also taken all the proper procedures and followed all the proper guidelines that need to be followed in order to present your issue in order to be investigated. Also, guys, seek legal advice. If you have to go and talk to someone, a lawyer, even if you're not planning to hire them, you just want a consultation or just set up something where you can talk with them as far as giving you advice on what steps you need to take pertaining to workplace harassment, don't hesitate to do so. It's always good to handle things, especially with pertaining to these type of matters. It's always good to handle things legally and adequately. Also, guys, present your issue and evidence to a legal professional and get some advice on how you should go about presenting your case in a professional manner that is in accordance to legal guidelines. Don't be afraid to stand up to these people, because you standing up for yourself and what's right is what's going to eliminate these things from happening in the future. You standing up could eliminate workplace mobbing at your job, not only for you, but for some of the people around you. And there's always someone of higher authority you can reach out to that will not only look into your situation, but actually do something about it. Especially, when I say that, I'm especially talking about these supervisors and these managers at these jobs, because they feel that because of their position that they're untouchable, but just always know there's always someone higher than them that you can talk to regarding the situation. Don't let them intimidate you because of their position. Guys, overall, I want you guys to know that just because work is work, it should never be an unpleasant experience. Regardless of how hard you work or whatever you do at your job, you should never have to deal with being bullied and mistreated by anyone. And don't let your job be a reason to keep you there experiencing these things. There's so many other jobs out there. You don't have to be tied down to one, especially where someone's not treating you right. You know, I love you guys so much. I really hope that this video helped someone. Shout out to all of my day ones. Shout out to everyone that's been supporting the channel, liking the videos, sharing the videos, commenting under the videos. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you guys so much. I have more content coming for you guys. Continue to take care of yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Stay prayed up. And until the next video, peace and blessings. Mwah.